What's up YouTube? I'm Casey with bestinvestingapps.com, and today I'm going to be talking about my favorite investing app for long-term investing thanks to a recent YouTube question. And I'm also going to encourage you to go over to bestinvestingapps.com, check out the new landing page, let me know what you think about it, leave some comments, some questions, and as always, I'm giving away free copies of my ebook Invest to get started investing in just 3 easy, simple steps. So look in the show notes below for the link to that. Before we dive too deep, I'd like to mention a few apps that you may be familiar with and why I haven't included them. Acorns and Robinhood are both out on my list of long-term investment apps. Acorns has a little bit more going for it in the long term than Robinhood does. Robinhood's structure is really more towards trading individual stocks on a more short-term basis because of the commission-free structure. It doesn't really have any dollar cost averaging features. It doesn't have any rebalancing features. It's just a pure, plain, simple, yet powerful trading app for individual stocks. Acorns is a little more powerful. You can dollar cost average with it, but the investment selections are pretty small, and it's really better just for accumulating money than it is for long-term investing. M1 Finance is one that we will focus on. Stash is out because I don't really like the way that they operate for a long-term investment. They pretty much just repackage things, and I think we can do that better elsewhere. And Investor hasn't really launched yet, and we're not sure what we'll see with that. So that's why we haven't included some of those apps. Among other choices, such as traditional brokerages like Schwab, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Motif was one of my choices as an investing app for long-term investing. Now, we'll talk a little bit about why it might not be as good as M1 Finance. And one of the big reasons is because of the fee structures. It's a little more powerful, so you can buy and sell. There are order limits. With M1, you're limited to trading within a certain window per day, but you're going to pay a pretty penny on your commissions, up to $10, and $5 for ETFs, $10 for Motifs. And there's a lot of minimum requirements, so you need $250 to $300 per Motif, and a Motif is essentially the same thing as a pie in M1 Finance. Now you can get these monthly packages from Motif, so for up to $20 a month, and they allow you to do things like commission-free trades. So if you're going to be trading 3 Motifs, which would cost you $10 anyways, that ends up saving you money. But that $20 a month fee adds up pretty quickly to be about $240, $250 a year, which is pretty heavy compared to the fees with M1 Finance, although Motif has a little more control as far as order types, market buy, market sell, all of that stuff is more controlled. You can put stop loss, stop limit. So it's a little more robust platform, and if you're looking for that type of total control, Motif might be for you. For long-term investing, I feel that M1 Finance really has what it takes. They're offering brokerage accounts and retirement accounts, so traditional IRA and Roth IRA now, which is really, really nice. A lot of you should be using Roth IRAs if you're not already. M1 operates around the concept of pies, so you can come in and you can create your own custom pies. I have a whole video about making pies if you want to see how that works before you try using M1. You essentially create a pie of ETFs, of stocks. You can create a pie of other pies. You can create pies that are based on hedge funds. You can create pies that are just rebalanced and balanced in any way that you really want, and you control the percentage of the pie that's invested in each thing. The interface is wonderfully powerful, and the pricing is super cheap. Their mobile app really kills it. You can control your investments on the web or on your phone equally well. I've been using it for quite a while now, and I really love it. The awesome thing about it for a lot of you is that it's totally free for any account below $1,000. Totally free. That's wonderful. That means you can get started and try it out without having to worry about it. They won't charge you anything every year, and there's no commissions on your trades. So you get free account and commission-free trades for buying ETFs and stocks. You won't find that anywhere else. Once you bump above $1,000, they're going to charge you 0.25% per year, which is really quite cheap, even compared to the most inexpensive apps out there. And if you were to ever bump above $100,000 in your account value, they would be charging you simply 0.15% per year, which is very, very good for that. So let me get into M1 Finance. I'll show you a little bit behind the scenes. So this is M1 Finance when you have made your account and logged in. It's really simple. It's really straightforward. So down here is the list of all of the things that are making up my pie. Over here I can mouse over the pie. I can see that this segment of the pie is bigger than it should be, which means it hasn't rebalanced, and I can rebalance my pie. M1 will rebalance your pies as often as you want it to, which is really helpful for effectively being able to average your prices. And that's a little bit more advanced of a topic, but essentially it improves your investment performance over time. You've got a drop down investment performance here. It tracks your investment performance really well, and it factors in your contributions, so it doesn't mess with that. If you click on Discover up here, you can see hedge fund pies. So if I want a hedge fund pie that follows ICANN Capital, here's a pre-made pie from M1 Finance that I can stick into my own investing, and it'll show you exactly what it owns, and you can see the performance. Of course, you need to do a little bit of research, but you can do industry pies. So if I want a finance pie, this is a financial industry pie already pre-made, and all I have to do is go in and I can click add to my pie, and boom, it's right in there. So if you want to tailor your pie, you can do this as often as you want. M1 Finance doesn't charge you commissions for buying and selling, so you can rebalance, add things, and remove things from your pies as often as you want without any penalties. It's wonderful, really, really powerful app, and because of the low commissions, the low fees, and the power of rebalancing and setting up your portfolio as a percentage, M1 takes the cake. You can set it and forget it, and long-term investors need to be using a platform similar to this. It has most of the strategies that we want to be using for long-term investing. So if you want to get started with M1 Finance and you want to learn more about it, leave me a comment. Check the show notes below for my personal link to get signed up for M1 Finance. If you use that link, it gives me a small kickback, really helps me to keep making these great videos for you. There are many investing apps out there. Few of them are really truly suited to long-term investing, where investors are a little more hands-off. Most finance apps today are a little bit in your face. They want you buying and selling things all the time, and that's not really what we need to do. M1 Finance has the power that we need. It's a wonderful web-based and mobile-based app. So give it a check out, and I will see you next time.